Good evening. Tonight I'm going to take a look at Hermitage Brewing Company's Ella IPA coming in 7% alcohol by volume. And this is out of the Hopsy Home Tap. I keep calling it the Home Tap. It's the sub now. And we can take a quick peek at it. It lives right there on my counter. Hello to you, the sub with the green light. So it's a 2-liter bottle of beer. That's kept, I can't even think of the word, carbonated, pressurized, as a fresh fill from the brewery. And so it's like having a fresh growler for weeks at a time, which is really great. Although I've never had a 2-liter last for weeks at a time. And so we're going to take a look at this beer. So this is one of Hermitage's single hop series. So this is Ella. Gosh, and I forgot again to look up Ella. It has a cousin, Ella Hops. Oops, Ella Hops. Looks like it was known as Stella previously. And it looks like it's an Australian hops. Used oftentimes in Pilsner and lagers. It says its aroma is fruity, reminds you of anise, and it's floral. Its purpose is an aroma hop, alpha acid percentage of 13 to 16 coming out of Australia. Oops, clicked on the wrong window because I have so many things going on. Okay. So I really like these single hop series because they give me the opportunity to get kind of in depth with a particular hop variety, and I love seeing how different they are. So I've actually been sipping on this. I forgot it was a single hop beer, and I was just like, oh, this is a really great IPA. It's interesting that this is a floral hop and that it's interesting that this is an aroma hops used for aroma predominantly, and that it makes this beer as strong as it is. So we'll take a look at it. So when it poured fresh, as you can see, it was nice and heady. It has dissipated down because I got stuck in email land. And color-wise, it's this beautifully dark amber and a little bit hazy. I feel like this is unfiltered, but I can't remember specifically. Now I have dirt on my eye. Can't remember specifically. Aroma. Gosh, like to me, this is how I like an IPA to smell. It's definitely floral. Almost has a citrusy kind of smell, or a little bit like, not really citrusy, but not really danky, but like a really nice intense hop smell to it. Nice green aroma. And I really like that fresh kind of green hoppiness. Yeah. All right, let's take a taste. So as I said, I've enjoyed this beer a lot. Really a very intense IPA. Almost has a kind of earthy flavor to it too, which is really interesting. So it's deeply bitter, kind of astringent. It actually makes my mouth dry a little bit, and then as that whole flavor develops, it gets a little bit juicy at the end. Juicy as in causes me to drool. But sometimes I wonder if that's not because of how astringent it is. So it feels very drying, and my mouth's like, oh, hey, don't do that. Anyway, I'm trying to think of a very specific word for how this tastes, but definitely an intensely bitter hops. So I don't know if this beer has a really nice malty backbone to it. I'm getting a lot of kind of grain flavor. It's very intense, but very drinkable. Like, I want to keep drinking it. A little slight kind of alcohol warmth in my belly, even though it's 7%, only 7%. Very drinkable beer. I actually tapped this in hopes that I would be able to eat it. No, I tapped this in hopes I would be able to drink it alongside the blue cheese and grilled onions burger that I made for myself the other day. But I had an ESB that I had to finish before I could tap this, and I ate my burger before I got to this beer. But I did a tasting seminar a little while, like a food pairing seminar a little while back, and paired blue cheese and really nice bitter hoppy IPA. And it was really delightful. I thought, well, aren't those gonna like clash with each other? They're two very intense flavors, but it was really delightful. And the beer kind of cleaned out the cheese palate, the cheesiness. They really went well together as far as complementary. And it was great. And so now I'm kind of sad I didn't get to drink this beer with the blue cheese burger. I suppose that means I need more blue cheese in my life, which arguably is always. All right, anyway, that's another Hermitage single hop series beer. This one's Ella, which is hop style from Australia, previously known as Stella. And this IPA rings in at 7% alcohol by volume, so it's available locally. You can get it through Hopsy. I believe it's in growlers, although growlerettes, the 32-ounce growlers, although I don't remember looking on that menu specifically, but you can get it for the sub in the 2-liter Tort bottle, which is super great. So in case I forget to answer this question that somebody asked about the sub previously, how long does it take to cool down? Now, I had a shipment of beer come, they cold ship it to you, so it comes with like ice packs around it, and then like insulator fabric. It's like this thick. It's really nice thick fabric around the bottom and the top of the beer. I didn't refrigerate it after receiving it because I was in the process of moving, and so when I got home, I put it in the refrigerator and I tapped one bottle. The machine was not cold, so it had been just open, airing out on my counter. And I think, so the beer wasn't all the way cold and the machine definitely wasn't cold. And so it took about 4 hours to be cold enough to register the green light. So maybe that answers your question, but oftentimes you're not going to pick up a sub that's not cold, that's not already a drinkable temperature. And so the guys at Hopsy had actually told me, wait for the red light, but if your beer is cold when you put it in, you could just drink it because it's already at cold temperature. But the machine itself is not, and so it'll have the red light because it doesn't register correct temperature. So I hope that answers the question. I'll try to find your question on the thread where you asked it so I can answer you directly. But I finally got around to doing that experiment for you. So there you go. There's a little bit about the Hopsy home tap submachine and the 2-liter Torps and this lovely single hop IPA by Hermitage with Ella hops in it. So thank you so much for watching. If this is a beer that you've had, share with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and have a great night.